Listening to your instincts. I think we should all listen to our instincts. I have listened to Bashar, but Bashar actually gave me really cool ideas about listening to your instincts. He says that when you listen to your instincts, like what you kind of your gut tells you to do, like what puts a smile on your face and makes you want to do that, that's actually God talking to you. That's Jesus talking to you. That's your higher self talking to you. That's the part of you that is higher up, more solid, more wise, older, more connected to reality. More that is telling you what it wants you to do because it can see the high picture. It's like you're down there inside of a car, inside of the hull of the tank, and you can't see. And then your higher self is a guy up standing up on top of the tank, looking around and going, "Okay, go there, do it." And you're just being like, "All right." So so how I listen to my instincts is like I like whatever it's really simple, whatever puts a smile on your face. Like for me, I think I'm going to call it God. For me, God, your higher self has a very, very healthy sense of humor, and doesn't, and also recognizes that any kind of shame that we put against each other, or control, as in other people telling you that you cannot do this, but like without a reason, like you can't walk around with your shirt off because it like offends people, but they don't know why it offends them, just because doesn't like that. Your higher self, God, doesn't like that. So when it's like, when it tells you to like, if someone throws a microphone in your face and you're like drunk or whatever, because I think when you get drunk, the spirits can make you contact with your higher self or with God if you're happy. If you're not happy, it could make you open up to more negative spirits. But you're like, yeah, legalize weed, yay, and it makes you feel good and makes you feel empowered to say that. I think it's God telling you to say that. I've never done it, but nobody's ever put a mic in my face. But I think that would be like God telling you, yeah, fuck you, over control, I'm gonna do that. So I think, as more and more people open up to their higher selves and listen to their gut instincts and their intuition, they will start to rebel more against any kind of over control, control, shame, and I saw a video by Positive Simona today. It was really good, and she was saying that like you should like experience are all that matter, and not the not actually possessions. And so if somebody's like sitting around and you have like this intuitive desire to like, you smoke a joint or whatever, you see a YouTube video and you're like, oh man, that looks like fun to go skydiving, or base jumping off of Yosemite. Wow, I should do that. Well, that's probably God telling you to do that. It's probably your higher self going, like when you get excited about that and you get interested, your higher self going, go for it, do it. Go out there and pay somebody to take you bungee jumping, or take the like 2-week course it is to do the base jumping and do that, just do it right now. And but in order for people to be able to act on their intuitions and do stuff like this at a moment's notice, we should definitely kind of rearrange the way that the world works, how we live in the world, and not make it so easy, so hard to get your job again, like, oh, I got to get a job, and once you're the company man, you can't quit and then just come back again, because we have to retrain or whatever. I mean, but training, you can train for a job and then leave the job and then come back. You don't forget the training. So I think that's definitely one way that the world is going to change, is people are going to be able to just leave their job and then come back, And if you think about it, just being able to leave your job and come back, and if everybody does that, it doesn't hurt the economy at all. It just makes it more free for people to do whatever they want to do, And if you only get like 3 weeks off a year, then your overhead is too high. Maybe you should just cut your overhead down and not have two cars, just have one car, or not work, not get a job that's like an hour and a half drive away, or just move in with your parents or whatever. But anyways, culturally, we definitely need to make it more possible for people to just quit and come back. For me, the way I'm going to do it is I'm just going to never move out of my mom's house, until she kicks me out, and then I'll live in my car. But anyways, yeah, just being spontaneous. People should be encouraged to just be spontaneous. I don't think in this day and age, with all the information, all the stimulus in the world and everything, and opening up your new ideas to all the possibilities of what you could be doing and all the different activities and careers and sports and whatever, hobbies and traveling places, that it's not appropriate anymore for somebody to just get a job and just be stuck on that job. And I mean, if you have that personality and you're happy, then that's fine. But if you have that desire to suddenly do something, then you should do it. And trust your instincts. And for me, well, basically, talking about myself, I have a lot of different kind of interests. One is sitting around my computer inside and working on my computer all day, making creations for my website that are very time-consuming. And then I also like to go out and ride my bike and go to the gym and stuff. But I mean, I don't have a problem. I can do this and then do that and then come back and do this and do that. If I'm spending too much time on the computer, I can't go out there and like be strong. But I mean, I think my ego is pretty much dissolved enough that I don't really have to be strong. But I think I was going to do a video about that. Kind of escaped me though. Yeah, I mean, if you don't like let your ego, like your definition of yourself get too solid, like I'm this, I have to do this, and just be able to be like, well, right now I'm doing this. Oh wait, right now I'm going to do that. So that whole attention deficit hyperactivity bullshit, ADD, that's actually people expressing the spontaneity of a more eclectic, well-rounded, multi-interested lifestyle. That's all it is. And if you have, like, especially like with kids, if you can't hold a kid's attention, then just find out what they're interested in and then just encourage them to do whatever it is. You have to loosen up and make more possibilities. But trusting your instincts, I think trusting your instincts is just that voice you hear, that little thing that makes you smile and makes you go, oh, then just run for it and do it. And don't let anybody, all the societal things of people, problems you can cause with other people get in your way. I mean, because at the end of the day, you have to acknowledge that that's their problem. Like if somebody's upset with you about, I mean, keeping your word with somebody else, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your own life. If it's kind of hard for me to have an example right now, but well, I guess your parents. Parents like to be like, oh, you should have a career and all this. Well, don't have a career for your parents. You would have a career for you, wouldn't you? Yeah. So yeah. I'm just always like focusing on infinite possibility, and whatever I feel excited about, I just look at, because that's how the aliens are. They're just totally spontaneous. So if I'm like, I mean, that's how, like, watching YouTube, be on the internet. I watch a video on YouTube and I'll get like 1 minute into it and then I'll like abandon it. But I won't close the window. And then I'll like start another video, and then I'll like start reading a Wikipedia article, and I'll get like a third of the way through, and then I'll like abandon it. But I'll keep the window open. And then I'll start another YouTube video, and I'll get like a third into it, and then I'll like abandon it. and then I'll go off to the gym or whatever, and then I'll come home and I'll be like, oh yeah, that one first YouTube, and I'll watch the YouTube video for like 30 seconds, and then I'll like watch the second YouTube for 30 seconds, and then I'll read like the Wikipedia article for another 5 minutes, and then I'll get bored with that, and I'll like walk out and I'll like do something else, you know. So you can like, it's kind of like BitTorrent downloading. You download this, and then until you don't have it anymore, and then you download this, and it's like all this thing at once. And a lot of people are like to frown upon that kind of lifestyle, but I think that's the lifestyle of the future. Just totally bouncing all over the place, man. That's basically what I was trying to get at. But I'm out of time. Okay, ciao, ciao.